All right, everybody. What's up? How you guys doing?
What up?
Another day, another dollar.
Another
So,
day, another nickel.
welcome to the Liberty Racing Review Awards stream. So, how we're gonna do this is we've got a whole bunch of awards to list. Um, we got we're gonna talk about some tracks, recognize a couple racing facilities, and award them for their efforts this year. We are going to talk about the driver of the year for NASCAR, road racing, dirt, and asphalt. Ties in with our driver of the week stuff that we were doing up until start of November. Then we got the Legacy Award, which y'all see what that's about later. We're not going to give too much away on that because that's kind of a surprise. So we'll talk about it later. And then after that, we'll read off all the fan vote winners, and that'll be it. So one more thing before we start is all the winners of tonight's awards, you will be getting a certificate of your award as the graphic is shown on screen. We'll post them. We are going to print out all the awards, frame them, and then reach out to you guys as far as how we can get the awards to you when your next race is, and we can give it to you, or we'll sort something out. So, without further ado, Steve, why don't you read what the first award that we're going to be giving out is?
All right, guys. First off, welcome to this award show. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So, round of applause for all the fans out there. So let's get this party started. Let's see here. I got a
Let's
little
get
thing
the
written
dick started.
down. First off is LRR Track of the Year award. This prestigious accolade recognizes two racing facilities that have demonstrated unparalleled dedication to the sport, setting new standards for excitement, safety, and an overall racing experience. And this was a very hard decision. It came down to two of probably the best tracks that we as a group have been to and have watched racing, and a couple other things we've seen at some of these tracks. Um, I'm going to start off with our first award. Would like to announce the Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. Herman Tilke, actually, a famous F1 track designer. The track founder is Jeremy Porter, wonderful guy. Um, great dude. He did this in 2007, 2008, right at the height of the economic crisis that was going on at the time. And believe it or not, with this being in Dawsonville, Georgia, there was a lot of protest. There was over 600 people that came to protest this track, initially being in, but somehow they beat the odds and were able to establish a track in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in Dawsonville, Georgia, the so-called birthplace of NASCAR. Um, a little bit about the facilities at AMP. There is a 16-turn, 2-mile road course. Wonderful track. If you ever get the opportunity, you need to get out there with it being a racing experience, or there's a couple of different options that you have for to drive on the track. Membership is one of them as well. You can find all that information on their website. And another one is their 18 turn, 0.85 of a mile, 40-foot elevation kart track, and that is where it's fun. Unfortunately, we didn't get Reed out there last time. We wanted to, but it was a busy day. But congratulations to Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia.
Yep. So the next track of the year, which we've done two, I think that's the trend. We'll continue to award two tracks each year. So another facility that we're at a lot down here in Alabama, a little place called Montgomery Motor Speedway. We're awarding them. I love the place. Stan Narrison does a great job as the promoter there. The shows are always great racing. Um, Hate that super late models didn't get to race there this year. It was a rain out both times they tried. But yeah, Montgomery Motor Speedway, it's some of the best racing you'll see. It's a unique track compared to most other places. So it's definitely a different feat for the drivers to tackle. And so, because of all the work they do there, Montgomery has earned the second Track of the Year award. So, um, next thing up, is the driver of the year. So if y'all
Oh,
remember the driver of the week thing we were doing, this ties into that. So Joey, why don't you kind of further explain?
yeah. So driver of the year. If I start breaking up or anything, somebody please just let me know. But yeah, driver of the year is basically every single week, every single race, every single yeah, I guess at every single track that competition races at, we always kind of take a vote of uh, who we think is better, who we think deserves, in my opinion, deserves it better. Um, we judge this off of da- I'm 100%.
Quit
And
breaking up.
Uh,
And we lost him.
we judge it off of race wins. You lost me. Oh no.
now
Are we back?
you're good, just kind of choppy.
Okay. Yeah. I do apologize. The internet where I'm at is just shit. But we judge this off of a few categories. Off of if you won the race, notable things that happen around the track, and or in my personal opinion, popularity. But we are really we always try to make it a little even as the races go on and as everything basically spreads out throughout the entire year. Um, some noteworthy names: Willie Byron, Willie Byron, yeah,
It's all
Willie
right.
Byron,
All right. It's all
Ryan
right.
Blaney,
You're making this up on the fly. It's
Kyle
whatever.
Busch, yeah. But
Oh,
Yeah.
what just happened?
What was that, Steve?
I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on right now.
Okay. So sorry, my computer's just like all of a sudden glitched out. I apologize, Joey. Continue.
No, you're good. Yeah, so some notable names that have won Driver of the Year this year are Kyle Busch,
You mean driver of the
William
week?
Byron, Ryan Blaney, or Driver of the Week, sorry. Like I said, winging it. Driver of the Week, Kyle Busch, Byron. Well,
You done froze up, Joey.
I know Bowman won it once, I think. Somebody else take over because
I
my
got you.
shit's
I got it.
starting to
You got it?
fucking.
So yeah, for driver of the week, we usually pick the winner of whatever race, and we do it for 4 different disciplines. We do NASCAR, road course racing, dirt, and asphalt short tracks. So we got 4 drivers of the year, which it's not so much a representation of whatever series is champion. It's the driver we think was best all year based off of the driver of the week thing and who was picked the most and who we just think had the overall best year in each discipline. So the first driver of the year, we're going to cover the dirt winner. Races, mainly Lucas Oil though, and he dominated all year. But as some of you dirt guys know, um, Lucas Oil went to sort of a playoff format where it came down to one race, and that one race, uh, he just came up short, and so Hudson O'Neal won the championship. So O'Neal won the championship, but RTJ we feel had the better year. Overall, he dominated. I mean, there's no questioning that. And we lost Joey, so
Looks
switch
like
over.
we're
And
back to our regularly scheduled. Oh, Joey's back down here though.
now he's back. Okay.
Magic.
So yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr. is our dirt driver of the year. And next up, we're gonna go to asphalt short tracks, which is our bread and butter. It's mainly what we talk about. So, Steve, you ready to announce who won asphalt driver of the year?
Oh boy, this is a great one. All right, we've watched this kid grow over the past 2 or 3 years, but
Yeah.
but really just explode this year. So this is going to give it away as soon as I start talking. So let's see, the super, what was it? Super Southern
Southern Super
Series.
Series.
Sorry, Southern Super Series. God, I can't speak right now. So, Super Southern Series champ, the CRA Super champ, the Winchester 400 champ, ASA Stars third place overall in points. Not to mention Our boy won Rookie of the Year. East Series for Venturi Motorsports, and people at Joe Gibbs Racing, he's coming for you. He's going to have your job within 2 years. And this boy is going to absolutely tear up the ARCA East, in my personal opinion. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, Gio, he had a good year. Broke a lot of records. First driver to ever win 2 of the regional super late model championships in the same year. He did as a rookie. And before that, nobody else had even won the 2 regional championships except for Daniel Hemrick. He did that at back-to-back years, maybe about a decade ago when he was tearing up short tracks. So,
if I remember correctly, didn't Hemrick also go to Venturini?
Hemrick did not, I don't think. I don't remember where he started out in his journey. That's before my time of really being invested in NASCAR. But so yeah, that's our asphalt driver of the year. Next up is the road course racing driver of the year, which Joey was going to read this one off, but his internet had some issues. He's gone for the night. So I'll read it off on his behalf. So this guy, he dominated the IndyCar season. He was driver of the week probably for like a straight month. Literally, I think 4 weeks in a row he won a race, and he was driver of the week.
It was wild.
Our road course racing driver of the week, or driver of the year, excuse me, is he dominated this year. You know, all that drama over him and the F1 seat. He's getting worldwide attention. So he's definitely deserving of being the driver of the year for road course racing. He set a standard that a lot of people just could not match. So it's for that reason we chose him to be road course racing driver of the year. And so
I'm excited to see what he does this upcoming season in IndyCar.
Heck yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
He's fun to watch for sure. And finally, final driver of the year award, and then we'll get on to some other stuff, is we're talking about NASCAR. So this, I just want to preface by saying, like we said earlier, we're talking about over the course of the whole year who we think was the most consistent, not just, the champion, not just who was good in the playoffs. So this pick might not be a fan favorite, but it's who we believe was best over the course of the year, the whole year. So we're going to go with
on a plane for God knows how long, and woke up and was like, "Oh God, I don't know what to do." But yeah, Willie B had an amazing year this year in the Cup Series. 6 wins, 15. What was it? 15 top fives, top tens,
15 or 16 top fives, 6
4
wins.
poles. Dude, he just completely destroyed it out there.
Yeah. I mean, he made it to the championship 4. He was good enough to make it to the championship 4. He didn't close it out in the final race. Similar to how we picked RTJ, even though he didn't win the championship because it came down to one race. We're talking about driver of the year, not driver of the championship race. So for that reason, we went with Willie B. And finally, moving on to the next to last segment, we've got a special award. This is going to one particular person. So, Steve, you want to read off what this next award is?
Yeah, give me just 1 second. My phone is doing some funny stuff and making phone calls, so we don't need that at the moment. It's actually calling you. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we pay homage to a living legend in the world of motorsports. This man has done amazing things in the world of racing. Timeless dedication to motorsports. He's left a mark on the sport, and it's a great honor for me to even say any of this. We would like to present the LRR Legacy Racer Award. Throughout a storied career filled with speed, passion, and relentless pursuit of excellence, This recipient has become a true icon in the world of mini. Uh, Red Farmer. But you mean a lot to the guys here at LRR. You've kind of opened the eyes of motorsports in the dirt world. I mean, you're 91 years old and you're still out here kicking guys' butts that are younger than us. I mean, he beat Chase Elliott in what was it, the
NASCAR weekend during the Hunt the Front race.
That's what it was. I
He
couldn't remember the
he
series.
made it in. I think. Well, he made it into the show because of a provisional, because it was Red Farmer Tribute Weekend, you know. But I think he finished higher in his heat than Chase did in his. Could be mistaken on that, but yeah, Red Farmer is a legend, and just he's 91 years old. He's still kicking it. I mean, he's the guy in my opinion as far as racing legends around this area. I mean, there's plenty of guys from around here. You got the Allisons, and you know, if everybody up in North Georgia. I know Steve, you could go on for hours about
Dear God.
everybody from North Georgia, but yeah, he's a standard. So what we're going to do is from next year on out, the Legacy Racer Awards, what we called it this year, it's going to be the Red Farmer Legacy Award, and we are considering not just giving it to one person a year, but maybe two or three individuals that are trailblazers in the sport, whether it be as drivers, crew members, media, whatever, and recognize them and help to show them some credit, give them some time in the spotlight.
In the world of
So,
motorsports, it's not just about the driver. You've got your crew guys, you've got your transportation guys, you've got your concession workers at the track. I mean, you have to show those guys a lot of respect, and they bust their butt week in and week out to make sure that you are getting the best show on asphalt, on dirt, road course, whatever you're racing. It's the people behind the scenes that really tie everything together in the motorsports community. And we should have thought of an award for those guys, but we're gonna do one on the spot.
yeah, on the spot, we're
On the
going to give an
spot,
award
this
to whoever
goes out
made the
to
honey bun
every
burger.
track worker at every track we've ever been to, which is a lot.
We need a special award for whoever makes the honey bun burgers at Five Flags.
Yes. I think I got the guy's name, but I don't want to butcher it. He's a younger black gentleman, had tattoos. He's a cool guy. Very first time at the Snowball, had no clue what was going on, but he was making some amazing honey bun burgers.
Those honey bun burgers deserve an award of
They're
their own.
slapping.
Honestly.
Next year we need to bring back the Papa Biscuit Award.
Oh yeah. So when we were with URN, I was making a list of like track burgers and which one was the best. And Five Flags was up there already with just a regular cheeseburger, but dude, that honey bun burger, that deserves
a standard, and you can't beat it.
So, but yeah, that's that for everything besides what I'm sure most of y'all are tuning in for, which is the fan vote winners.
Time to get to the real fun stuff.
Yeah. So the excitement of the night is revving up. We're about to dive into the heart of the sport, which is where the fans play a role. Not just the drivers, and then the fans are the biggest part of this. So we're about to unveil the winners of the Asphalt Track fan vote. So there is 9 divisions in this. There was Pro Late Models, Super Late Models, Crown Stocks, Pure Stocks, Street Stocks, Late Model Sportsman, Modifieds and Mayhem, Outlaws, and Trucks. I don't know if I said them already or not, but we're about to go through them one by one, announcing the winners for each division. And before we do, we just want to issue sort of an apology because the unlimited voting.
Yes.
It got us into some issues. As some of you know, that got the link for the vote got so much interaction on Facebook that it got flagged as spam and taken down 2 days before voting ended. So, at that point, the winners were pretty much set. They had, some were closer than others. In fact, the super late model vote was very close. But for the most part, these guys who won, they they were out by a substantial margin, and so they were up there the entire time, and so we decided that the way things were on that Wednesday when the link got taken down, to be fair, because most people were accessing it to our Facebook, we decided just we'll use what we got there, and nothing really changed afterward. I think with the link was still up on our Twitter. Some people probably had already like copied and pasted it and saved it, but nothing really changed anyways. But yeah, just for all the mess that was happening with this, we want to issue sort of an apology to everybody, and we promise next year the unlimited voting, which a lot of people weren't a fan of, will not return. We might shorten the time frame from like 3 weeks to maybe a week or two, and so we're also going to be doing a fan vote thing for like Steve, his karting coverage up in Georgia, and we're going to do some dirt stuff hopefully, and then stay with the asphalt around this time next year, tied into our end of the year awards thing because it's our main base is asphalt racers.
This is our bread and butter. We love you
So,
guys.
without further ado, the Crown Stock most popular driver in the asphalt track fan vote. This guy is a regular down at Five Flags. I believe he's racing Mobile too. The few times they had Crown Stock races. This guy, he's one of the most well-known guys down there for sure. He's definitely a popular guy. It's my pleasure to announce that Ryan Blake. Like I was saying earlier in the show, we're going to get you this certificate framed, get it to you whenever we can. Find out what your next race is that we'll be there at, or if we can meet up some other way, some other event, we'll try to get it to you as soon as we can. So next up is, let me scroll through here, was the Pro Trucks / Super Trucks. This includes truck drivers up at Nashville Fairgrounds, down, Five Flags, and I think Mobile had truck race. Montgomery might have had some. I know in years past they have. But this year's winner for the truck, I'll just shorten it, just say the truck section, was a track champion at Nashville Fairgrounds. And I'm sure we'll meet up at a track somewhere soon. Usually, if he's not racing, he's still at the track. He's got a whole bunch of brothers that race and a whole, family members that race. So he'll be at a track regardless. So I'm sure we'll see him around sometime. So
Hey, thanks,
all right.
Ryan. I just
Hey,
noticed
you
that.
pronounced it perfectly. Let's go.
Yeah, we got it right.
So
Man, that's a
next up,
first. Usually we butcher names.
yeah, usually we butcher the names.
I mean, it's not like a little bit. It's a complete slaughter. So,
Or like Steve, you butcher the Southern Super Series.
yeah. So I abbreviated and I was like SSS. SSS. Oh, God. Brain fart. I've got
So
30,000
next up
things going on right now.
is the Pure Stock winner.
Pure stomp.
And the Pure Stocks is a prominent division down at Five Flags. Pretty sure they run around South Alabama Speedway too, maybe, and Mobile, a few different tracks down there further south than we are. But we still see them fairly often. So the winner of the Pure Stock fan vote was down at Five Flags Speedway.
I
I
believe
know he
you're
won a
right.
bunch of races for sure. Yeah,
I remember
he was
hearing
a
his
champion.
name a bunch of times.
Yeah, Robert Barber. He's the champion at Five Flags this year. He won the Pure Stock fan vote. So sort of maybe like a sister division, if you could call it that, is the Street Stock / Sportsman. They're called Sportsmen down at Five Flags, Street Stocks up in Montgomery. So there's a bunch of drivers that run these things, and a lot of these guys were up there at different times. I mean, the lead changed more in this race than it did in any other division.
It was like a Five Flags race.
Pretty much.
With these guys back and forth, back and forth,
So
back and forth, back and forth.
the guy who won this award, the Street Stocks Sportsman, whatever, he finished 7th in the points at Five Flags Speedway. Bunch of his family races too. or no, sorry, he finished 8th. I was getting another person with his last name mixed up who finished 7th. So without further ado, Parker McDonald is, I'm sure, a fan favorite just because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like, I believe, okay, I just got a message that every time I click on the pics, my audio is going out. So apologies for that. Wish I would have known that was already going on.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's no way we can tell. But yeah, thanks to Ryan Blake for telling me that. Um, so yeah, so just to go over if there was any sort of confusion as to who's won so far, which I don't think there was because we showed it on screen. But
Yeah, just
Ryan
make
Blake
sure.
was Crown Stocks, Tanner Arms was Trucks, Pure Stocks was Robert Barber, Sportsman / Street Stocks was Parker McDonald. So, but yeah, like I was saying about Parker McDonald, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I first saw him on a Racing America broadcast because his car, or maybe it was another McDonald car, had like a blue LED light on the front bumper.
I remember this.
So
Yeah.
that was like instantly. I'm sure that guy's a fan favorite just because kids in the stands seeing the one car with a blue LED light that stands out.
Did he also have multicolored lights at one point in time?
I don't know if he did or not. I remember the blue.
Some driver, I don't remember which track it was, same division, had multicolored lights, and it kind of looked like a police car going around the track at one point in time.
Huh. He might have had multiple colors. I don't know. Um, but bearing in mind that the audio goes out when I click on an image, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the next winner, which was for the late model sportsman division. So the late model sportsman is mainly exclusive to Montgomery Motor Speedway, but because it's such a prominent division there and it's one of our main tracks we cover, we wanted to include it still. So the guy who won the award for this is a name known by many, especially in Alabama because he's from here. Raced many years ago in All Pro Series. Probably did some ASA. It did some NASCAR and ARCA. So the guy who won the fan vote for the late model sportsman division was Dave Mater III. But yeah, it was Dave Mater III who won the fan vote
And
for that division.
and before we go into our next division, big shout out to Dave Mater. He's helped us out greatly
Yeah.
in the media world. He's helped us get interviews with some of the biggest names in NASCAR. And big shout out to Dave. Thank you, sir, for all that you've done for us. Hopefully, we're doing our best to honor you tonight.
Yeah. So
Again, congrats on your award.
story time.
With
Dave
Larry
Mater, we
Mack.
did an interview with him at the Alabama 200, me and JP, and we talked with him afterwards. We were talking about like how Larry McReynolds used to help him out as a crew guy, and of course Larry Mack is America's crew chief and is very well known now. And so he got us in contact with Larry Mack, and we interviewed him. And this is again back in the Ungovernable Racing Network days. So we got to talk with him, and that wouldn't have been possible without Dave Mater. So that's our
One of
little
my
connection
favorite
with him.
interviews of all time.
Yeah, he gave a
Hands down,
good
one of
interview.
my favorite interviews. That was an hour of story time with Larry Mack, and it was great. It was awesome.
So the next division, we're starting to close up. We got 4 divisions left to announce. Next division, these guys race all over: Five Flags, Mobile, Montgomery, Nashville, South Alabama, Cordele. These are the Outlaws. The Outlaws. There's a bunch of outlaw drivers, so it was hard to get as many names on the list. Like it was like 50 for supers and pros and crown stocks and 30 for everybody else. For the Outlaws, there was a lot of, I think, notable names that we didn't put on there that were just write-in campaigns. Jeremy Mayfield raced an outlaw car on a few occasions this year. So the outlaw class is a class that has been growing pretty decently here lately. Seeing a lot of big names step into those cars. So the winner for the outlaw vote is Bubba Winslow. He won a few different races this year. He was actually Jeremy Mayfield's teammate during the Snowball Derby weekend. Jeremy Mayfield was in a Winslow Motorsports car. So congratulations to Bubba Winslow on winning that award. Now, getting into the final three winners. The next division up is a touring division down here that is ran by Stan Narrison, who also is the promoter, general manager of Montgomery Motor Speedway. It's the Modifieds of Mayhem. These guys put on a show every single time they're on track.
5 flags for the Snowball Derby was awesome.
Yeah, the Modifieds, they go all out. And I mean, there were some big names stepping into Modifieds of Mayhem cars this year. You had the NASCAR Brazil Series Rookie of the Year. Can't remember his name, but he was in a modified. Caden Honeycutt, who's been in NASCAR, he was in a modified at 5 Flags. And you got the big modified names, Cody Stickler, Augie Grill, Jody Anderson. Like, there's a bunch of modified guys that I think are just notable drivers in other disciplines too, other divisions. So the winner for the Modifieds of Mayhem vote this year was none other than Augie Grill. He's multi-time Snowball Derby champion, Alabama 200 champion, Snowflake 100 champion, and Modifieds of Mayhem legend. I mean, he's been one of the main tenants of the sport since it started. With the connection to Montgomery, Augie obviously being very good at Montgomery. He's been one of the main guys in that series, and he was far and away the most popular driver in this division. This was, I said there were some that were pretty close. This one, from the get-go, Augie was doing very well in the poll numbers. So congratulations to him for winning the Modifieds of Mayhem award. So we got 2 left, Steve. You know what those 2 are?
Yeah, can I say it? Can I say it, Reed?
It depends on what you're going to say.
I wish we had the meme.
The meme?
I wish we had the meme. You know who we're talking about.
There's a meme that has circulated the asphalt world of a certain Pro Late model driver. And it's "You just lost to this driver," and it's a picture of him with the laser eyes and stuff, and it's been posted around. So the guy who everybody just lost to in the Pro Late model vote, he is a track champion at Nashville Fairgrounds. He won several races this year. He came up 1 point short of the track championship at Nashville this year. The winner of the Pro Late model vote is Jackson Boone. Jackson, Steve's cameras. There you are. I don't know if that was just for me or everybody or what. That was weird.
It did flash on my end, so it might have been my power.
So Jackson, like some of y'all know that we had our buddy that was with us at Ungovernable Racing Network. He was on the car with Jackson at Snowball Derby. Because back when we were with Ungovernable Racing Network about a year ago, we were just starting out, wanted to get some exposure, so we got that network's logo put on Jackson's car for the Snowflake 100. So that that was kind of an emotional thing to get URN and John back on the car, even if it wasn't us, just to have our buddy on there and to have that experience, and Jackson letting us do that. That was very nice. We got part of the car. We're sending it to John's mom. John, unfortunately, passed away earlier this year. So rest in peace, buddy. We're going to get the piece of that, send it to John's mom as kind of a gesture. There it is. Yeah, so John left us way too soon. He wanted to make it to the Derby this year, but he couldn't. But he was still there in a way. So we wanted to use the Jackson thing as a segue to kind of talk about John for a minute and, thank him, because without John, we wouldn't be here.
That's for sure. I didn't hear everything you said, but I'm just going to go ahead and agree with it because
You know the gist.
Yeah, we know what's going on.
So, so congrats to Jackson Boone. Let's get all the sappy,
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
sad boy crap out of the way.
This is racing. I ain't no crying in racing.
Congrats to Jackson Boone for winning the Pro Late Model vote. Now, the guy who won the Super Late Model vote, this was very close. But I think it's no surprise that this guy won. He's a very popular driver. He's been given the name Redneck Jesus by a fellow competitor, and the name is stuck. The winner for the Super Late Models in the Asphalt Track fan vote was Bubba Pollard. In that picture, that hat. Not
what
a
does it
great
matter?
one.
You guys beat them.
Yeah, we beat them. Yeah, roll tide, but still, it's not a good hat.
It's okay. My team lost. While we were at Five Flags, I had a complete meltdown in the Airbnb that night. It was rough.
Y'all make fun of Steve. He's an Oregon fan. He deserves the ridicule. But Bubba for winning the Super Late Model vote. Again, that's all the winners. But we are going to get these frames given out to everybody. Figure out what the racing schedule looks like. Probably see some of these guys at Speedfest. See some of them at a local show at Five Flags or Mobile or wherever else we see them this year. We're going to get these to you as soon as we can. So I want to thank everybody for participating this year in the fan vote. Definitely learned a lot of stuff, things that we're going to do next year, things we're not going to do. But first time doing it, I'd say it went pretty well. What about you, Steve?
Again, thank you to the fans. Without you guys, this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you to the additional following we got from this. It was, we went from 500-600 to doubling that within a couple weeks of announcing the fan vote, and we try to give you guys the best content possible. As you guys can see, our honeycut video from the Modifieds of Mayhem at Five Flags is kind of trending still, which is awesome. We've gotten over 1 million views on that video. Nothing's going to top the flying fire extinguisher. I'm sorry. That will go down in history as the greatest thing that Reed's ever caught on camera.
Yeah, just overall, not even just the fan vote, just everything. We gained a bunch of followers here lately. That would have been possible without you guys. Had a bunch of moments that that go viral this year. So a lot of the stuff that we had this year wouldn't be possible without you guys watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. And this was our first year doing stuff like this. And heck, with LRR, we weren't even doing this for a year. We've been doing this for like half a year.
Yeah, I was about to say we're at 7 months.
Yeah, to get to this point this quick, it's pretty cool. Got some cool stuff lined up for next year. And I think I've said pretty much all I got to say. You got any closing remarks, Steve?
Well, why don't we kind of recap of what we've done since our last stream? We haven't really been on here in a while. Kind of give the viewers at home a little bit. People that have actually been following us pretty closely will have already known about this. But you went to a little show up in Indy recently.
Yeah, since our last stream, which was month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, we went cover the All-American 400 Snowball Derby, and then immediately after Snowball Derby, I went to PRI in Indianapolis. Got sick up there, which is not great, but but yeah, we've had a lot of opportunities this year. Not just PRI, but just go to some of these races, like these crown jewel events in the grassroots racing world, and to cover them, it means a lot because a year ago we were just some guys that had a podcast that goofed off and just we didn't know what we were doing.
Now we're somewhat professional.
We're still pretty much.
We still have our moments.
But yeah, a lot of this isn't possible without the followers, and just again want to thank y'all. And the opportunities we've had lately, and me working with short track scene, Matt Weaver, doing some stuff there. That wouldn't be possible without the stuff that we've done here and how you guys have helped. And I got more stuff planned for next year. going to be doing a lot more traveling, going to more races, some more really crown jewel events, and I can't wait to have you guys see that on LRR and have us be that outlet for you guys, or another outlet for you guys. So I guess again, Steve, unless you got anything else, I'm about ready to end this. I'm
I've got
hungry.
a couple
I
more
gotta eat.
things to add. I'll make it quick. First, I would like to thank our sponsors for this year. Without you guys helping us along the way, there's a lot of things that we wouldn't be able to do. Big shout out to Vibes Customs, our boy Chris. You guys need any custom work done, t-shirts, vinyl, anything, hit him up. He's on our pages. He should have a link on our website if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Um,
he's mentioned in the partners tab.
for all of the local to North Georgia people, we've got K&M Barbecue. Big shout out to my guy Big K. He's out there killing it, slinging some barbecue. If you need any barbecue needs or catering needs, be sure to hit him up. Again, he's on our partners tab. Another massive partner that we have is our friends at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Will Rigdon, you're awesome. We love you. You've helped us out greatly with the media presence and given us some coaching advice on how we need to do things. You're wonderful. Thank you. Thank you to the guys that are a part of LRR that are not on the stream tonight. That would be JP French for busting his butt as much as he does on the marketing side. We got Joey, who was on shortly. He does a lot of the technical stuff behind the scenes. We've got Mitchell Bell, photographer. He covers a lot of AMP and a lot of the dirt tracks up here. We've got Clay Garland, who's also a photographer. He does like a lot of the dirt tracks as well in this region in North Georgia. Big K, who happens to own Cannon Barbecue, is also a part of the team here. He does a little bit of photography, and he'll help us do some interviews every once in a while. So big shout out to the guys that aren't here, that aren't on the stream. And that's all I got, Reed.
Yeah. So all I gotta say is that well, you see, I had it in my head, then I done forgot. Here we go. So everything that we talked about tonight is going to be updated and added to our website under I think it's called the Hall of Fame tab. The Hall of Fame is going to consist of all our Driver of the Year winners, fan vote winners, the Legacy Award winners. All that information will be on the website, and it'll be, you can see year by year who was recognized. So be on the lookout on the website here shortly for that to be updated and all good to go with, the latest information. But other than that, yeah, we will see you guys later. Thanks for making 2023 a good year, and we'll see y'all in 2024.